This is a live picture of St. David's North Austin Medical Center, where earlier this afternoon a car crashed into the hospital's emergency room, killing the driver and injuring 5 others. Investigators are still at the scene right now. As you can see, this is a live scene working to figure out what caused the crash.
On arrival, we discovered 5 patients on the scene. Of those 5 patients, 1 individual was pronounced deceased on the scene of the incident after being extricated from the vehicle by the Austin Fire Department. An additional 4 patients were transported to area hospitals.
EMS says 2 children and an adult were rushed to Dell Children's Medical Center. One of those young patients remains in critical condition tonight. This happened around 5:30 at St. David's North Hospital on the Mopac Service Road near Palmer Lane. Austin police say the preliminary investigation shows this crash does not seem to be intentional. We have live team coverage for you tonight with CBS Austin's Abigail Velez getting reaction from witnesses. But first, CBS Austin's Andrew Freeman kicks off our live coverage. Andrew, what can you tell us about what happened out there?
While Austin police are still working to figure out the exact details of what led up to the crash, though we're hearing it seems to be unintentional at this time. Despite rescue efforts by first responders, the driver was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash happening just after 5:30 this evening. Emergency officials say 5 people in the lobby were injured, including 2 children. One of them remains in critical condition.
Obviously, this is a big deal. We have 8 patients that are queued up to go to other facilities just so that we can better regroup.
St. David's Chief Medical Officer Dr. Peter DeYoung says he had just left the hospital for the day when 15 minutes later, he got the call.
To then turn around and come back and see the response, to see the number of vehicles, to see things were already, everyone is being cared for, and it was amazing. To have it under this circumstance obviously is tragic.
The driver of the vehicle died at the scene. 5 others, including 2 children, were also injured, 1 critically. Chief Rob Lukeritz with Austin Travis County EMS says the incident was declared a mass casualty event.
At this time, we have multiple resources on the scene, including our medical ambulance bus, which is preparing and coordinating with St. David's North Austin Medical Center in preparation for their transport in the coming minutes and hours.
Dr. DeYoung says despite the crash, the emergency room looks to be in good condition.
There is damage to the outside, to the doors of the building. There was an aquarium inside. If there's any pictures that are out there of water that was due to the aquarium. We feel very fortunate at this point.
While the emergency room will be closed to ambulances for the rest of the night, there isn't any impact to the rest of the hospital.
We would be able to handle walk-ins, and we're hoping to kind of regroup here over the night and see where the morning leads us.
Now, while that package was just rolling, we just saw the white car that was involved in the accident be taken out of here by a tow truck. We'll get that video uploaded as soon as we can. Again, to help lighten the load on the hospital, 8 additional ER patients were sent to other facilities. Another entrance is being set up as a triage area to help treat patients at the ambulance bay. Reporting live in Austin, Andrew Freeman, CBS Austin News.
So many disturbing images of the scene. As we learn new details about this incident, neighbors and people in the area are still trying to process everything that took place this afternoon. CBS Austin's Abigail Velez continues our team coverage tonight. And Abigail, you spoke to people who say they were emotional knowing this took place so close to them this afternoon.
Absolutely, Walt. And although she declined to be on camera, I spoke to an off-duty nurse here at St. David's who lives just down the street. And when she learned that 1 person died and 5 people were injured in this crash, she was moved to tears with fear that it could be one of her coworkers. Now, I also spoke to a number of bystanders and witnesses who watched everything unfold in real time. This is what they had to say.
Because I've never seen anything like this before.
Police lights flood the emergency room area of St. David's in North Austin, where a car ran into the building.
Like, what could have happened to make them do that, you know?
I mean, it's pretty chaotic. Like, never seen nothing like this.
People driving in the area pulling over to see what happened.
I was getting off the off-ramp, and yeah, I mean, I saw like 40 cops. Just very curious, so yeah, I don't know. It was just a chaos.
I'm shaken up.
Leticia Estrada is a nurse at St. David's, and her husband Luis says they arrived to the hospital just minutes after the incident. They were able to enter inside to see the damage.
The north wing is very devastated. It looks like a bomb just blew in there because everything just...
It's just a chaotic scene, and and tempers are high right now, emotions is high, so it's a real shocker.
Leticia and Luis say they wonder if they'll feel comfortable returning to work after something so traumatic took place.
It makes me real shaky and wondering if my loved ones and everybody else's loved ones, is going to be able to make it home safely.
And everyone I spoke with today shared the same sentiment. They're shaken up by what happened, and they're hoping everyone recovers from their injuries. Now, just moments ago, we saw a tow truck carrying out a vehicle outside of the front entrance of St. David's here in North Austin. Presumably, it could be the vehicle that crashed into that emergency room. Now, again, we have very limited details, but as more information becomes available, we'll be sure to share that with you on air and online at cbsaustin.com. Reporting live in North Austin, Abigail Velez, CBS Austin News.
This went straight to the top. Governor Greg Abbott posted on the social media platform X tonight. I've spoken with Mayor Watson about the tragic accident at St. David's North Austin Medical Center and offered Texas's full support. State personnel are working closely with local officials to ensure Austin has no unmet needs. Cecilia and I pray for the victims and their loved ones. It is Staben Councilmember Leslie Poole, who represents the district where this happened, says in part, "I am grateful to our incredible first responders who responded quickly, assisted hospital staff to secure the scene and redirect patients to other facilities."